Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to our next video. For a long time, I'm not doing anything in terms of making videos for my YouTube channel when it comes to trading analysis and QES, all the kind of stuff. But you know, as I'm saying on literally on my all videos, trading is not my only job, and because of that, sometimes I'm not finding time to make videos because I'm too busy and I have multiple businesses. So that's why we had no videos. I'm guessing about 1.5 or 2 weeks. I didn't make anything, but right now we're here. So, um, and we will analyze NQ. So welcome back. First of all, let's dive into video. Here's our chart. And first of all, I want to start with weekly because it is our highest time frame. It is our highest time frame, so I'm starting from weekly. Let's clear the chart a little bit and make it clean starting. So when I look this chart right now, we can see those weekly fair value gaps are getting respected. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times, literally 5 times, we respected those gaps, those two gaps between them because they're back to back. I'm taking them together because when we have those kind of gaps like back to back, I generally take them together because it does not matter in my perspective. So we test this fair value gap, and then what? We hold it. So we can say right now bullish PD arrays are getting respected on my highest time frame, which is my weekly time frame. Also, let's look on monthly, and also guys, you can see that there's a fair value gap monthly, and this got respected into, and also this becomes my extra confluence into my drone liquidity. But you know, I'm just saying it becomes another confluence, but we're respecting also monthly bullish PD arrays and then weekly bullish PD arrays. And after that, when we look on this bearish side, we have no gaps. We have no single gap. So I can say overall drone liquidity is going to be those highs. Okay, those highs are going to be my drone liquidity overall. So, and then also after we put pumped higher, after I second time testing this weekly fair value gaps, we test this one more time and then pumped higher and then pull back and then pumped higher, and then what? We created relative equal highs. And you know what? Relative equal highs and equal lows and relative equal lows generally act as magnet. Market act as magnetism, So this becomes another confluence for me to say, yo, we're as well as we're holding bullish PDRAs, we have equal highs, so this becomes another confluence. This becomes extra confluence actually, and also we swept south side, and then what? Look at what happened, guys. Look at what happened after we swept the sell side, and the market immediately pushed back higher. So we can say this last weekly candle test this weekly fair value gap and then pumped higher, which means we respected this fair value gap. So bullish PD areas are getting respected. So I'm being more bullish, and this weekly highs, those high time frame equal highs are going to be my drawn liquidity over time. And then we're going down to daily chart. Let's fix those a little bit. Yeah, that's fine right now. Actually on daily we have nothing. We just have small gap here, small bearish gap, which is ran through. But right now we have 4 more hours. It's candle close, so I'm not saying something certain. We have 4 more hours left in order to say something like significant. I'm not saying right now your bearish fair value gap is getting ran through, because in 4 hour period, market can push lower and then respect this fair value gap. We have 4 more hours, so I'm not looking into this fair value gap. But after we close that candle, I can say, yo, if we make a candle close above it, I can say, yo, this fair value gap got broken through and we had a candle closure above it. So that means bearish PD areas are not getting respected on daily time frame. So I can say, this can be another confluence. This can be an extra confluence. Oh, we're getting notifications. I connect my phone as a microphone to my computer because I have no microphone in my computer. I'm using desktop, but I have to have one of them. I gotta buy some microphone, dude. Let me take this into do not disturb mode because I'm getting notifications. So right now we just swipe sell side and we have equal highs. Let's go down to 4 hour. On 4 hour, let's fix them. I let them get fixed, so I fix them generally. On ES, actually not on ES, on NQ. When we zoom in, you can see we have this last series of down close candles on 4 hour. On 4 hour, we have the last series of down close candles, and those candles got broken through, and we made. Guess what happened? What do we call to it? Change in the state. This is my change in the state. If we break last series of down close candle after we swept sell side liquidity. What is it? This is my change in the state. And then what? As I'm saying, this bearish fair value gap got broken through. This becomes an inversion, and after we pumped higher, after we created a change in the state, we pulled back, and then what? Look at what happened, guys. Look at what happened. Pay attention to it. On extra, we created another gap with this bullish movement. We have also another gap here, but we never tested it. We do not have to test it, we do not have to test it. You cannot guess it because it all depends on the magic that market has. You cannot predict it. You just can react into the price action that you're seeing and that you will see in the next feature. So do not do not try to guess market. Just try to read it. That is it. And then we also respecting those bullish fair value gaps on 4 hour. So this becomes another confluence, this becomes extra confluence. I can say bearish PD areas are getting disrespected and bullish PD areas are getting respected. So we can say order flow is leading more bullish, right? And also let's look on ES actually. On ES, I met another analyst. I met an analyst before it's actually, and so you're seeing an SMT. It is because NQ ticked the slow, I guess. Yeah, 6 a.m. 25 November 25, Tuesday. NQ ticked the slow, but ES did not. So this is an SMT, and this SMT is valid because this is on a way of my drawn liquidity. This is on bullish. This is a bullish SMT, and my drawn liquidity is bullish. If my drawn liquidity is bullish, I'm just looking into bullish SMTs as a confluence because I am already bullish. I cannot look any single SMT right there and say, yo, we have a SMT. So what if this SMT plays out? I'm not looking if this SMT plays out or not. Those SMTs which you're gonna see against your drawn liquidity. Let's say your drawn liquidity is bullish and you're paying attention to paying attention into bullish PD arrays, and you're seeing bearish SMTs. In those types of conditions, you have to be You have to be confident with your drawn liquidity, right? I am confident with my PDA, so I'm not looking into those discorrelations. You know, this is a discorrelation, right? But this is not a valid SMT because this is against my drawn liquidity. This is not an SMT. We're just, there's an SMT right there, but this is just a discorrelation. People confuse it too much. This is not an SMT. Just ES is much stronger than NQ. ES is stronger than NQ. This is not an SMT. People so confusing it. SMT just by itself means absolutely nothing. If you're looking into sell-side sweeps, SMTs, and just by itself, it means nothing. First of all, you need a PD array in order to find direction, in order to find bias overall. This is just a discorrelation between assets. Just ES is much stronger than NQ. That's it. On NQ, this is a generated liquidity, and on ES, those highs are generating liquidity. I'm not looking into those discorrelations. Those discorrelations means nothing because they're against my drawn liquidity. We're bullish. We are bullish. Straight bullish. Let's fix them. This is a generated buy side, and this is a generated buy side, which is going to be my targets if you continue to respect bullish PDAs on lower time frames. So let's go down to 1 hour chart. When we go down to 1 hour chart, let's zoom a little bit. When we zoom a little bit, and the thing you guys will see is we recently took this low, and then market pumped higher. And right now, actually, we have nothing. We just have gaps between those candles, 2 gaps between them, and market is testing recently. But we have no idea what is going to happen next. Market can pull back more because we haven't tested equilibrium before, so we can pull back more and then maybe test equilibrium. Maybe we have this 50% range, 50% discount area right there. We can test it because market generally pulls back, in order to continue the trend on where? On equilibrium. So we can make it, but we do not have to. We do not have to, We do not have to test equilibrium. You guys will witness on sometimes, in that condition, we tested equilibrium. But sometimes market do not have to test equilibrium, right? And market is not sometimes not rebalancing back to equilibrium. So why market is not rebalancing back to equilibrium on some times of conditions? This gap is not on discount, but we wait for it to get respected, right? Why? Because rebalancing back to equilibrium just by itself is just needs to be a confluence, needs to be an extra confluence, right? We do not have to test equilibrium. I'm just saying if you rebalance back to equilibrium, I'm just saying, yo, we already tested equilibrium, right? And then I can say we do not have to see much lower, right? We do not have to see much lower if I'm confident with my drawn liquidity. It can be bearish or it can be bullish, right? If I see equilibrium, I can say, yo, we have a requirement to pull back at least to 50%, and market already made that movement. So I can say, yo, minimum movement requirement is already done. So I'm not waiting much more lower prices, right? I can just say it, and it can only be my extra confluence, not a main confluence, right? So right now is just an predict, just I'm just predicting it, right? Nothing certain. I'm just reading price action. What can happen is we can see much more lower because we didn't test it equilibrium. We can see lower, or we can just respect this fair value gap and then market can pump higher because my drawn liquidity is already bullish, right? So market can pump higher and market can respect this fair value gaps. So it all depends on organization. We have no certainty right there. We need time. Let's zoom more. And also I want to check ES. On ES, yo, this low is not taken on ES. And also on 9:30 open, if I'm not mistaken, there is a setup right there, which is bullish, and this was really, really clean. But in that video series, I'm not talking anything about the trades that I took or trades that I take because I have no viewers, right? I have no viewers. If I had some viewers in the next feature, I can make some of them if you want. But right now, I'm just analyzing it because I take it just as a hobby, you know. After 1 or 2 months, I look back and watch those videos, or 1 or 2 weeks because I have no much that videos. After 2 weeks, I look back and just watch my videos, compare my perspective right now and before, you know. I just look and see what I was thinking about market and what happened actually. But it can be valuable also, you know. So that's why I'm posting it on YouTube. Some folks can watch it and take some lessons. So I'm analyzing. When I first started trading, there was no guy who makes analyzing, you know, those type of stuff. There was just a guy. Um, his name was Justin Verline. He's still on YouTube. He's still making content. There was just that guy, but all in them was just bullshit, you know. Except him, he was just a guy who really makes good content. But other than that is absolutely, I can say, not valuable. ICT is valuable, but um, let's back to analyzing. Respect to Justin Verline, he made me really good at it. So I found way. I can say it. So there is an SMT, and this SMT is valid because this is on my drawn liquidity. This is not against my drawn liquidity, right? So on 30 minute, we actually have nothing. But 1 hour, I can say this candle can be my change in the state. On 30 minutes, those becomes my change in the state. This is a valid. Last series of down close candles got broken in through, and also we have some fair value gap right there, also broken. You know, bearish PDAs are not getting respected. You know, and then what? Then nothing actually. Then we have nothing. We just pumped higher and we're just sitting there. On 15 minute, nothing. Just small pullback. 5 minute, small pullback, nothing. And 1 minute, let's look at an ES. Nothing. There is just nothing. You know, it is 1:10 p.m. 1 p.m. on New York. Right now we have nothing. We need time. We need price action right now. What I can say is it all depends on organization, but as long as we hold bullish PD areas, we have a possibility to pump more high, right? What I'm expecting is, I think we have two situations, probable two situations. Market can continue to respect, maybe internal sweep, then pump more higher, you know, maybe pump more hunt this high, or we can see much more lower because we haven't tested equilibrium. So I think it makes sense, you know. So thanks for watching. I think we came to an end. I hope you guys find some valuable lessons. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.